Maria, Anatoly, since you had to book on us, can you talk a little bit about what happened at the state level with some of the science winners? Do you have any of the data that Anatoly had that you might just share conversationally?
Well, sure, but it's not really see the change. It's happened at After School University, but at After School University, we were able to test the curriculum that actually then became See the Change USA. So in a private setting, we just had several students who were in science Olympiads, and each of our students won gold medals in all of the categories that they were participating in. And the students who've been studying physics and computer programming also. Anyway, so we're very excited. And then also one of our 6th graders right now, who we were preparing, well, she's been studying with us since 5th grade, taking physics, computer programming, mathematics, and then we were teaching her ACT, SAT. So she passed it with such outstanding results as being 6th grader. So now she's being recognized as one of, I don't even remember right now, there is some special gifted and talented program for the United States, and she's one of the people who's being recognized. So, but that's when parents making private decisions. So the reason I am also with See the Change is because from the moment that we saw this outstanding impact, I want to make sure that every student has the opportunity, independent of income, background, anything.
Thank you, Maria. So there it is, you can see them coming. This fall, we know right now for sure, we're adding the Academy for Advanced Learning and Creativity. It's a D11 charter. They're joining our program. And Lake County School District up in Leadville is joining our program. In fact, Anatoly and Maria will be there to accept the grant money to do this. So it's unfolding very, very quickly, and we're in the business now of scaling this so we can take this nationally, easily and elegantly. And as Ed Osborne would say, you pick up the phone, we'll deliver the product tomorrow. And that's what our intention is. It'll all be up on the cloud. So we're off and running. So we've heard from UCCS. Now I want to turn it over because I alluded a little bit to Pikes Peak Community College and some of the statistics I got from Dr. Bolton, but Mary Nifong's here. And Mary, I'd like to have you say a few words, please, about how things are going there.
Thank you so much. This is very exciting opportunity for us. The first time I heard about See the Change, just as a personal story, one of our faculty who doesn't speak very much and he kind of tends to be to himself and very quiet, was so excited, and he came in my office and he said, "You won't believe what I've just done." And he had the opportunity to visit one of your schools and go out and have an interaction and class with some of the students, and was so excited. He has told everybody in the whole school how wonderful this is, and he's so excited to come back. So now we have all these people going, "I want to do this too." So we'll have to organize that. So to expand on some of the data that Dr. Bolton had given you, this is sort of a good news, bad news kind of thing, or challenges that we have. I was asked to speak about the challenges of remediation in our state, which are huge. They're huge nationally, as most of you know. It's very timely that Lieutenant Governor Garcia just released a report that is available from the website of Colorado Department of Higher Education. It's about a 70-page document, but it does give some startling facts on the current situation of remediation status in our country. So I brought some of that updated data. While we have 57% of the high school graduates in our state who go on to college, in the community college system itself, 66% of those students need remediation, which is kind of overwhelming if you think about it as an institution of how we best serve those students, because we are the gateway for many of those students to go on for those four-year degrees. I think the average for the university system is about 27%, but that's still pretty high. So it is our challenge these days of how do we figure out to best remediate students, because we know that even though we remediate students, not a great number of those students are successful. It's one of the challenges we have. How do we keep them interested? Because they come to college, they take these courses called remedial, they don't get credit for that. They have to pay tuition. It's very expensive, and they get bored, and they drop out. So what our challenge is as a state is how do we fix this? There's been some extremely exciting work going on in the past 2 years to totally revamp the remediation system here in Colorado. I think Colorado's leading the nation in that kind of progress, especially among the community college system. And some of the interesting things that they have discovered or found is that if we can get to these students in middle school and then through high school to do these remediation kinds of processes, we have a much greater chance of success of getting them through that process, getting them to the college level, and then having them be successful. I deal with those students every day, and it is kind of disheartening when we have those students who want to be engineers or want to be physicians or want to be nurses, but they're testing at a 3rd or 4th grade reading level, or a 3rd or 4th or 5th grade reading level in math. Those are the students that we want to get to, and that's why I'm so excited about this kind of program, because I think it's going to help combine with some of these efforts that the state is making. Those were the 3 areas that remediation. Number 1 is math, which I think we all can understand. Number 2 is writing, and number 3 is reading. So this is the kind of program that I think that will help combine with our efforts, getting to the middle school students, getting them excited, getting them to understand where they fit, and that they can be successful, because I think several of us have touched on that. When they see that they can actually accomplish these courses and be successful, then they're much more likely to enter the college system, graduate, receive a certificate or degree, and be a vital part of the workforce. So we're very excited to be a partner in this organization, and look forward to more collaboration, and thank you for having us.